Hello, welcome to Bloodbath number 49 with my gay ass
Music.
countdown
Oh,
because I have too many video games to play this last week, and I'm just not gonna make a countdown for the show until I have nothing else better to do. So we'll deal with that shit for now. How you doing, Dom?
doing good, huh? It was back to work for me today, so that
Oh,
sucks.
you've had like 2 weeks off.
Yeah,
Nice.
because the way I planned it, I didn't know which week the Vegas week was going to fall on, so I had to guess it the way my job does vacation picks. So,
How far in advance do you have to put in your damn
so we do
PTO?
vacation picks like late December.
What?
Yeah, for the whole year,
For
and
the
I got
whole
like
year? How are you supposed?
yeah. So I got the second and fourth week because I asked different people around like which
Uh-huh.
week's gonna no. I only got his WrestleMania, so I'm like, like either gonna be the third or fourth week. And the
That
time
was
I got there, the third week was gone. So I had to work some magic with my job to get that off.
Dude, that's wild. You have to plan an entire your whole year.
Yeah, I mean you can ask for personal days and stuff like that off throughout the year, but
Right. Like I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure you've got like sick days or whatever.
And if the week's available, yeah, like if it's available, I can put in a request or put an emergency request if you're on their good list, which I am on. So
That's wild. I
yeah,
would not be able to live like that.
so yeah, it was I did a little bit come back, didn't do too much. I mean, it was just nice not getting up at 3:30 in the morning. I've been doing that past 7 years during the week, so that was getting a break from that. It was good.
Yes, I was back at work today and got well, they're sending me a new computer. That's all that matters.
Oh
Found out
yeah,
my laptop is no longer supported by Apple. It's too old, and so therefore I have to have a new one. When there's really nothing wrong with this one.
which one you getting?
I don't know. I'll find out when it gets here. I'll lose 3 more days of work getting everything set back up, and that's that. So we've got Vex Electronica in the chat saying Leighton Gay on Canada's election night checks out. I know it's Canada's election. I am not Canadian, but
Yeah,
I don't have much hope for you guys.
I saw them freaking out. It's getting close, and then it wasn't.
I saw everyone posting the fucking whatchamacallit, the poly market.
Yeah, that was it.
Flipping.
And like the conservative is blue on there. The
Yes,
person
yeah, that's
I
backwards.
was confused by that.
Google.Canada. We're gonna go to. Oh, fuck.
Shit.
It's violently white. I tried to find the election results for Canada.
Yeah, your face is like lit up.
Why don't they give you guys the nice little thing that they do for the American elections? That's kind of terrible. See if there's any updates. Yeah, they're getting smoked.
Oh, it's not.
We're getting smoked.
Shit. Well, sorry, Canada.
It's I actually I don't know if it's early for there. I have no idea. I don't know shit about Canada politics.
The West
I
Coast.
just know you can have as long as you don't penetrate your animal, you can have sexual relations with it in Canada.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Did a video on that one a while ago. We also have Kel, who just so happened to send the message right as I started the show. We have Cash Kester. How you doing?
Cash.
Yes, Gal, we are
Now.
a little late.
Yeah. Well, we still we want.
Even the post office isn't that restrictive. Well, yeah, when are you guys going to know? Like, Brad, you're on here every Thursday.
You should know the drill.
The way it is.
Yeah.
Look at my panel. I'm lucky anyone showed up. I'm lucky I showed up.
Yeah, he's stuck with me.
Oh, wait, I just saw what he said. Damn it. Chill out. Canadian voting website goes down. U.S. mainstream.
Yeah.
In fact, I saw.
that, too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, shut-
And then we got updates from Vex. None up yet because the polls just closed in Ontario and Quebec. West Coast is still voting. East Coast always votes Liberal. That makes sense. Toronto seems like a hellhole, which is strange because then it's illegal to give a beer to a moose. Oh. Huh. Yeah, you can have oral sex with your pets in Canada. I don't know. I don't know why you can't give a beer to a moose. That sounds like a weird children's book. So let me pull up my stuff if I didn't screw it up. Okay, good. So let's see. What do we want to start with? Oh, that's a good point. Because it can't be drunk to consent. There you go. So in order to have oral sex with the moose, it can't be drunk. I get it. Okay, we don't need this. Oh, you know what? I forgot to play my little intro video. That's fine. I was taken aback by my crappy little countdown video that I did not watch entirely before I uploaded it.
Yeah, that music is a little.
We'll start with this. So Trump has been going off over the last week. Well, last few days, I'll say, even just within the last little bit. But he's been going off about killing the income tax for people that make less than $200K a year. It says when tariffs cut in, many people's income tax will be substantially reduced, maybe even completely eliminated. Focus will be on people making less than $200,000 a year, which is almost everybody. There's a lot of fucking people making less than that. Also, massive number of jobs are already being created. I heard something earlier today that we're expecting something near like 4.5 million jobs or something like that over the next however many years with all the business that's coming in with Nvidia and all the different companies, Apple and everyone who's bringing stuff back to America.
Oh yeah.
With new plants and factories currently being built or planned, it will be a bonanza for America. The External Revenue Service is happening. No more taxes would be
oh my god,
brilliant. No more taxes would be brilliant. I don't like that it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Because
I guess you gotta start somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere, but it can always come back.
Yeah.
Unless we do like a constitutional fucking amendment.
I'm sick of fucking paying money to the government. Yeah. Every fucking April.
Yeah. Oh, Sam wants to tax the moose.
What do you think the chances of like this can happen? Like I'm not confident.
So I don't have it. There was another, he posted another thing on Truth about saying it's going to take some time to get it. It's going to take a couple years. So the only way that there's even a chance, I think, is Trump getting, and I'm saying this, Trump winning the midterms.
Yeah, that's the big key.
Not the Republicans, Trump winning the midterms. There's a big fucking difference there.
Yeah. Because everything he puts in the work could be eliminated like that.
Yep. Kel says 0 chance. I know. It's a fucking. I like to be hopeful, but it's a fucking pipe.
I hate to think like that, but it's like you have to. It's just I don't know. I'm not confident.
Kel is just more realistic. I get it.
Yeah.
Also, how are you doing, Samuel? He says I'd be stuck at work and then got Adam Shore. I'd jump in. Also, moose are assholes when they're sober. Don't get them lit. Okay. I haven't spent much time with the moose. We don't have many here.
We don't have any in New York.
We have a lot of elk. Almost hit one in a car once.
Do you see like that that Indian guy wants to impeach Trump?
I have
that. I was saving that for later.
I do have that. I'm trying. So like Shock is going to show up at some point in time. I'm trying to decide which topics
Yes.
to bring with
Get
Shock.
Shock going. Yes. Okay. We'll save that.
Um, I'm also very upset about Twitter right now because their bookmark folders are shit. I don't know if you ever use the bookmark folders, but like I have
Yeah, a little bit.
hundreds of these things. And when I open up a folder and I go in and I start getting things ready for the show, about after I'm about like 15 to 20 tweets down, the whole thing resets and it just starts putting all of my the bookmark tweets in all sorts of order. Like they're no longer in chronological order, and it screws everything.
Oh, there's never happened to me.
I have to like start back up from the top and find the ones that I want for this week and filter out the ones from previous shows.
God damn,
I need a better system, but it is what it is.
I mean, you could. I don't know if you had this, and you can torture me with the Saquon Barkley stuff.
I didn't. So actually, here I'll play this. This was a clip that I was planning on playing for the intro that came from that. Let me find it here. So this was funny. Here, I'm going to play this real quick.
This is like sports but politics.
So this isn't the Saquon Barkley. This is the Taylor Swift bit.
Oh, okay.
Which I was there. I watched in person. I was there along with Taylor Swift. How did that work out? How did that one work out? The Eagles.
Ooh.
Taylor Swift getting booed. She thought it was funny. She thought it was funny.
Huh.
And maybe she's not a miserable wretch. I don't know.
Who's the chick next to her? Anyone special?
I don't fucking know. The fact that I even know who Taylor Swift. The only reason I know who Taylor Swift is probably because of the NFL.
Really? You never heard of her before?
I don't listen.
I always know her as like the person that she would always write songs about ex-boyfriends and shit like that. That's how I always know her from.
I've never listened to top 40 music. Oh, okay, maybe not never. Like since third grade, I haven't listened to top 40 music. I didn't even know I like a Justin Bieber song. The only Justin Bieber song I know is like something about peaches, and it's because some other band I like covered his song.
Maybe I sadly know some. I'm not. It's not me admitting I'm a fan. Don't get that twisted.
Whatever.
You don't know.
All right, I get it. Deep closeted.
Like you don't know his fucking baby song. That was fucking annoying. It was like baby, all right.
No,
something like that.
No, I don't know that one. Oh, and then there was the other song that I remember vaguely because something about chickens and Biden.
Chickens and Biden.
Biden. It was. I don't know the name of the title, but Joe Biden had something to do with some Justin Bieber song back during the campaign for 2020.
And I know Justin Bieber too because I was a big Selena Gomez fan, so he always pissed me off. Not like in the music. She was my biggest crush. And until she went crazy. This is before she went crazy.
Wait. Who was your biggest crush?
Like Selena Gomez.
Oh, you see, I don't know shit about her either. She went crazy.
God. Yeah,
well, you're younger than I am. All right, like the pop stars when I was in junior high and high school were Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears, right?
Tom, so I am.
You're getting warned. You're like Cloud here.
I mean, I liked him when I was younger. Okay, I gotta admit the truth.
I can't blame you for being honest. I appreciate the honesty.
She's batshit crazy now. I mean, yeah, when she had the meltdowns about the fucking. What was she melting down again?
I have no idea.
Shut up, Weasel. No, I'm not.
Dom confirmed. Disney Channel kid confirmed.
All right, move on. Okay.
So we randomly got tweeted at by Mr. Samuel the Infamous here, where he's continuing to go on about the Moose. He says, Moose don't pay their fair share, and they're jerks to boot. POTUS, text the moose.
Moose don't.
Dom does not like moose.
No.
Oh, you see, and Kel's a little bit older than the rest of us. He's Tiffany and Debbie Gibson. I believe that was
a
the
dinosaur.
I think that was like the mall era. Might be before the mall era. I don't know. But like when they would play shows at shopping malls.
I don't even know who the. Should I know? I hate
Did you happen to catch? Do you watch Tim Pool at all?
I watched a little bit of him.
So he put out a video. It was either today or yesterday about no one's showing up for the Katy Perry show, and he's talking about the ticket prices for the Beyonce concerts. And he says you could get the ticket price for a Beyonce concert is the same as like a burger at McDonald's. And he pulls up like this image of the cost of the burger and the cost of her ticket. It was a meal at McDonald's, and that meal was over $20. And I was like, that's the bigger topic there. Like, could you imagine paying $20 for buy some shit at McDonald's?
I remember it was like fucking like $10 to get a meal when I was younger or something like that.
McDonald's as a kid, 2 cheeseburgers, a fry, and a drink for $2.99.
Oh my God. What happened? Now, if you want to get like a large fry, it's like fucking $4 or $5 or I think something like that. One large fry. Missed the good times.
Acid says, excuse me, the Supreme Commander astronaut Katy Perry. Get it right. Sorry, Acid. Sorry. And I was correct. Those were the 80s mall era. That was a different time. Lots of
Should I go back to that? Should I know, because I'm bad with names sometimes. Should I know who Debbie Gibson is?
Chat, should Dom know who Debbie Gibson is? Because I barely fucking know who Debbie Gibson is.
Like you can show a photo, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know her. But like you said the name, I'm not sure.
Oh no. Brad says it's Monday night. It's Bloodbath. Time to edit some wormhole, watch video, and enjoy a cocktail. This is for Dom.
Yes.
Oh, I remember Amy Grant.
It's Dom.
I
Sam,
don't remember any of her songs, but I remember she was a thing.
I want Sam to guess my age.
Dime days for cheeseburgers at Hardee's. Hardee's is Carl's Jr. Don't remember paying a dime for a cheeseburger. That's for sure. Is Dom under 35? I don't know the answer to that. I don't remember.
Holy shit, that's a compliment. Holy fuck. I wish.
You think he's younger than Dermy? I don't know how much of a compliment.
Nice. After calling me a Canadian, now he's. What is going on? I just turned 33 recently.
33?
Yeah, recently.
Okay.
So I'm under 35. I don't know if he's trying to make a point with that.
He asked if Dom was under 35, which would make sense why you wouldn't necessarily remember the 80s era.
Yeah,
I didn't really come into fucking realization of what the fuck was going on around me until first grade, and that was 1990.
Yeah, I'm 92. 92 kid.
As it says, Duke was around when dirt was young. Oh, now I'm supposed to, now I'm supposed to check Twitter. I don't see anything on Twitter.
What happened?
I don't know.
At Twitter. It's X.
I don't see anything on Twitter.
I said down and yeah.
I'm sorry, Brad.
Holy
I'm sorry, you're just old.
Damn.
I'm sure you can cry about it and your partner money. So
all right, yeah.
everyone's wigging out about judges being arrested. Did you hear why that one woman got arrested? What she did?
I saw the story briefly.
I'm going to play a video with our favorite Attorney General, Pam Bondi, explaining what happened.
Oh, still on her desk.
It's also Duke Devil's favorite colleague.
Oh yeah, I remember he talked about her. He didn't he kind of know her or something like that back in the day.
They worked in the same state.
Yeah.
Also, early Mariah Carey. Okay.
I mean, I know Mariah Carey is.
Well, yeah,
I mean, everyone should know who that is.
Because Christmas is ruined.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what that fat ugly judge did to get arrested. This is shocking, and the left getting upset about this is just full display of they're the bad guys.
Yes.
And to set the stage for you and Sandra, this was truly horrific. This guy was in court being prosecuted by a state prosecutor for domestic violence battery. He had beat up two people, a guy and a girl, hit the guy 30 times, knocked him to the ground, choked him, beat up a woman so badly they both had to go to the hospital. And
so she's just describing the person that the judge helped out. I don't know if she mentions it or not, but this person had already been kicked out of America under Joe Biden's presidency. Just random fact.
And he got back in.
Yes, got back in.
John, you know, it's so rare for victims to want to cooperate. They wanted to cooperate. They were.
She is a butter golem.
She looks like a winner.
I don't know if you mean that or not.
Oh my God.
Sitting in the courtroom with the state prosecutor, the judge learns that ICE was outside to get the guy because he had been deported in 2013, came back in our country, commits these crimes, charged with committing these crimes, victims in court. Judge finds out. She goes out in the hallway, screams at the immigration officers. She's furious, visibly shaken, upset, sends them off to talk to the chief judge. She comes back in the courtroom. You're not going to believe this. Takes the defendant and the defense attorney back in her chambers, takes them out a private exit and tells them to leave. While a state prosecutor and victims of domestic violence are sitting in the
She helped the criminal escape.
That's what they do. They love protecting illegals, don't they?
Literally helped a criminal escape in front of his victims. Never mind, he was here illegally. He was beating the shit out of people. And she helped that person escape because she didn't want him to go home. Fucking mentally retarded.
Yes. And she looks like a typical liberal white woman. Like that fucking fat, the fat judge you showed.
So we've got video of her walking into the car after she had been arrested. It's short, but you get an idea.
Yeah,
It's kind of Penguin-esque.
She should be her fucking arrest. She didn't do her fucking job.
Judge, anything to say about this?
Fuck you.
Shame.
Yeah.
Man, I
never see her walk so fast.
She's never walked so fast. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you stupid fucking Twitter.
Anything
to say about this?
No, I want to.
Fucking shame. So you said so the left is they're outraged over this. Like, what are some of the stuff like they are saying?
Well, they're saying that it's the fascism that they've been waiting for, arresting judges and taking over the government because
We're arresting a
because
judge.
they're arresting judges that are breaking the law. But
Yeah, we're arresting a judge not doing her goddamn job. Yeah, fucking a fucking illegal alien. I fucking beat people, and she wants to fucking cover for that person.
this is an interesting point, Carl. And actually, I've got something that's kind of related to this. He says the irony about the media going insane is their stories are falling apart faster than they did before. And I kind of agree with that, because the bullshit doesn't seem to be sticking around as well as it did last time. Like the obvious ones from last time around are the find people on both sides type stuff, because that's still stuck. Like there's still people who are thinking that he said that Trump said some of the Nazis weren't that bad.
Oh man,
Even though that's not what he said.
back in 2016, right?
That was
2017?
I think it might have been 2017.
2017, yeah, because
Yeah,
he wasn't
2017, maybe even 2018. And then another one is like the Kyle Rittenhouse fucking all of the bullshit, like where he shot black people and stuff like that. There's people who still believe that.
Yeah, people are retarded.
And so like
They believe what they believe what they want to hear.
Yeah. So hold on, I'm waiting for my. Okay, it's not going to crash. Good.
Your face like really lights up every time like you.
Yeah, whenever I've got a full white
Yeah.
screen up. Yeah. So this is what I was talking about. Is Fortune put out this article here. It says the Vatican asked Pope Francis funeral attendees to wear all black. Trump wore a blue suit. So the Vatican had a strict all-black dress code for Pope Francis' funeral Saturday. President Donald Trump wore a blue suit instead. He wasn't alone, however. Many people in the crowd also wore blue suits, and several world leaders, including former President Biden, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky,
I trust me. I couldn't say
also
the name too.
deviated from the norm in their own ways. So they said they're like, they admit that they're full of shit. They admit that they're full of shit. And then like it gets weird. So we've got this one here. Let me do this.
but that's like such like a Trump move. Just to stand out like that.
It's true. So we've also got this article from People where it says Donald Trump wears blue to Pope Francis. Did he break Vatican protocol? President Trump received backlash for a blue suit and tie he wore in front row of the papal funeral on April 26th. Donald Trump wore a blue suit, tie, Pope Francis funeral, blah, blah, blah. However, a Vatican source tells people attendees wore what they considered to be appropriate attire for such a solemn occasion. So, like, there is no back to this one.
Yeah.
Where the Vatican asked funeral attendees to wear all black. This is horseshit. This is a lie. And they created these images where they crop the shit out of everything. And this image right here.
Yeah, look at that.
And look, there's all
yeah.
Joe Biden's wearing blue.
When was this?
This was in Rome. This was in Vatican City.
No. I said when, like, because I didn't hear about this.
Oh, April 26th. When that was
Okay.
Sunday or Saturday, for the Pope's funeral.
But yeah, who's the one who wrote who did this article? This is
Fortune did the one that was just blatant bullshit.
Yeah. Just to make it seem like fucking Trump, you know. Well, yeah, fucking Joe Biden and you got that. I can't. Who's that person? Who's on the white right there?
This one right here, or here? Oh, you can't see my thing.
Yeah.
Over here. Oh, it's flashing in and out.
Don't worry about it. It's
I
fine.
don't know who.
Yeah. But
Muslims
the
are.
point is, it's bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
it's all
fucking lying.
horseshit. And I don't know why I don't know why they need to lie. Like,
they're
There's other
desperate.
things-
They're fucking make him. They're desperate for anything to make him try to make him look bad.
like there's other things that you could criticize him about. I'm gonna bring one up here in a moment if this would load.
Like his comments on. I mean, we're not gonna go in deep, but it's like his comments on Shador Sanders.
Comments on what? Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't see
that's
what he
not-
said.
that's
But I
not
get-
important. That's not
S-
important. Yeah.
Supposedly, like people are saying he's trying to claim that's why he got drafted or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything like people just say wild shit. People just say
Yeah.
wild shit.
That's just aside. That's not important. I just threw
Oh.
that out there.
Yes, Prince William was in a blue suit as well. And no, Joe does not know where he is. He was
Yeah,
stuck to
Still does.
Jill the whole time.
I'm surprised he's still alive.
I'm surprised he could make like a flight like that. Like he's probably just
Like,
knocked out the whole time.
Like I thought when he was going to go out of that office, like we would hear about him. Done.
So he didn't show up.
I don't know.
He didn't show up until a couple weeks ago, and he gave that speech, and he was all over the place and had no idea what he was doing.
Yeah, there's
Um,
less drugs in him.
so now I'm going to bring up something that you could possibly criticize Trump on. A lot of people are all about this. I don't hate this, but I have questions. Trump DOJ clears federal authorities to arrest Tren de Agua gang members without warrant. The memo states that a judicial or administrative arrest warrant is not necessary to apprehend a validated alien enemy. How do you know? Is my question. Like I mean, unless you've been staking them out and you've got some sort of evidence type thing.
Like if these people are actually in the gang, you're saying?
Yeah. So the Post-Millennial goes on to say, federal law enforcement has been cleared to detain and arrest Venezuelan nationals suspected of being a member of the Tren de Agua, I can't say that word, gang without a court or administrative warrant, a directive from the Department of Justice said. So I am all for the idea that illegal aliens have no rights. They're not citizens of this country. They are not protected by the Constitution here. They broke a law by entering this country. But I think there is a reason to make sure that that is the case. According to a memo obtained by USA Today, agents are instructed that they can take those they suspect are members of the gang, which has been classified as a terrorist organization by Trump administration. So that almost in itself makes it sound okay, but how do you know that these, like, without like doing like research onto these people, like you can't, like, I don't know.
Is there
You know what I'm
like
saying?
is there like certain like do they have like certain tattoos and stuff like
They
that?
probably do. They probably do, but I mean, it's not like unless you're walking next to them, you know, you could see their tattoos, right? I mean, you have to be like, I'm picturing someone in the car with the binoculars and the fucking camera staking a place out like all night long. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, bottom line, like you were saying, like these people, you know, they don't belong to this country. Like they got here illegally. Like, get them the fuck out. But where's where's your issue specifically? Like, just not like just claiming that they're in a gang.
If you can just, how do you not know you? How do you just be like, oh yeah, that guy's part of a gang, and it's not just someone you just don't fucking like, you know? Like,
yeah.
But I mean, I guess if they've got their papers, like that would be obviously instant. Like, well, you're full of shit, and he'd probably get in a lot of trouble. Hopefully, but I don't know. It does say here, so although it states that suspected members of the gang can be taken into custody without a warrant, the memo tells agents to consult federal prosecutors when possible to obtain one. So they're saying you can do this, but not necessarily. Let's try and do it the other way as well. While judicial or administrative arrest warrants is not necessary to apprehend a validated alien enemy. Okay, so they're already validated. So they already know that these people are here illegal before they arrest them. I don't care then.
Oh,
If they already know they're here illegal, I don't care. Like if that's been proven that they're already here illegally, I don't care that they're
exactly
cleaning these people up. Because like I said earlier, if you're an illegal alien, you're not protected by the Constitution. You don't have any rights. Duke Devil is telling you to check your
I'm seeing it now. Oh my god. He has this on the big screen.
Oh, great. Lovely.
He has his drink. He's putting his drink together, watching us
with his $90 old fashioned.
Oh, he said no. Well, he said this didn't cost $90.
Probably not.
Yes,
that one was probably closer to $5 or whatever, whatever the equivalent of that portion of his bottle was.
Take a nice shot of that.
Christy Nome, who I kind of can't stand. Under President Trump, we have arrested over 150,000 aliens, including more than 600 members of the vicious Tren de Agua gang. If you are here illegally and break the law, we will hunt you down, arrest you, and lock you up. That's a promise. Did you see something? I didn't get any information on this, but did you see we started sending people to Africa?
No.
Like I didn't, like, supposedly we're sending people to Africa and El Salvador now. I don't know.
But Christy, no, she's the one that did like the fucking fake like the pictures that she's going around arresting people and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's done a lot of photo shoots. She did one with
that was cringy as fuck. Yeah,
she did one with the dumb broad from Libs of TikTok, arresting people and shit.
We don't need that. We don't need to see that shit. Like we want results. Like we don't need fake images and
yeah. We don't need the bullshit.
I would say that's what people on the left do, but we kind of do it too.
People both sides are very guilty of shall we say posturing?
Yeah, we're not so innocent on our side too. Well,
yes, people are now. So Brad says, I love how some of the left are posting photos of Anne Frank in regards to deportations. Read history. So they are comparing that judge to protecting Anne Frank as protecting that guy who beat the shit out of people. Yeah. They're literally saying, yeah. They say that judge was practically protecting Anne Frank, but really she was protecting someone who punched a woman in the face 30 times.
Beat the shit out of these people are fucking insane, man.
Sent another dude to a hospital.
They think they're the good guys.
They think they're the good guys. I wish there was a way to tell how many people actually believed that. I wish there was a way that we could actually tell, and how much of it is just bullshit from the mainstream media trying to act like people fucking care about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that is mental illness. That is fucking mental illness. If you think that judge is Anne Frank defending, it makes no sense.
No logical person can think that way.
There, Brad figured it out. The untold history of Anne Frank. She was a wife beater.
Now, what are the charges for this judge? Do you think she's actually gonna get arrested? That's another thing.
Aiding and abetting criminals is a thing.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like.
But that's some of the charges. She's got a bunch. I think she's got like 7 charges.
Would it surprise you that somehow she gets off on all these things?
I shouldn't be.
Because I hate getting my hopes up for stuff and shit doesn't happen.
I shouldn't be surprised if she doesn't spend a single day in jail.
Yeah.
But
Brad said she got a mugshot.
Yeah, they do have a mugshot. She is not a fortunate looking individual.
Do you have the mugshot? I can look. Sorry to make you look.
Let me see.
I gotta see this mugshot.
I can probably find it here. Give me a sec. Hannah Dugan.
Cal said
She's got
interference
a
and
fucking
obstruction.
Twitter
Yes.
account. Where's the mugshot? Come on. No, that's not it. That can't be it.
Oh no.
I don't know which one's which. Okay, this one has a. There's no way it's the crying bitch in the orange jumpsuit. No fucking way. Judge Hannah Dugan was not booked and was released from custody. Additionally, booking photos are not taken in jumpsuits. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm just like that's not her. I don't think we have a mugshot.
Oh, so you're saying? Oh, that's fake. You're saying?
Yeah, the two that I've seen, I don't think they're real. So like here's the example of one. Here's the example of one. She looks like a fucking potato. Yes, the blobfish meme. Interference and obstruction are some of the charges as well. Yes.
She looks like someone from the Midwest.
And then the other one is this one.
Yeah, that's.
I was like, there's no fucking way that's real.
No. You're clearly not.
Because if her mugshot actually got out, she would be one of those people who would be standing there proud.
Yeah,
and
with
like,
a straight face. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would love to see this fucking bitch go down.
Duke says it's Mama Fratelli from the Goonies.
Oh yeah.
Mama Fratelli might have been in better shape.
You've seen the Goonies, right?
Yes.
All right, you have to get Gal to see the Goonies.
Don't put that on me.
That's your goal.
You can't say things like this because then I can't like do things to try and make that happen.
But now that she does kind of look like her a little bit.
So Kel says the orange jumpsuit one is supposedly AI. I just scrolled through a bunch of these, Kel, and all of them had what do they call them? User comments or whatever. The fucking saying that they're both AI.
Yeah, but there's definitely a mugshot out there because that's
I didn't. Those are the only two that I came across, and every one of them had a community notes on them saying not real. So
we'll get it eventually.
I don't know.
Maybe you guys have it for Thursday.
Oh well, so this Thursday is going to be a little different than normal. So we're going to have one massive retard. And that's Darkside Phil.
That's that's what DSP stands for.
Yes, DSP stands for Darkside Phil.
I never knew that. Okay,
it is the anniversary of his coming out party.
See, I don't know nothing about this shit. So this is all news to me.
So I've got Paul Hadouken on for that one, and he is a massive fan of DSP detractors.
Big fan.
So he's all into the lore. I get to spend my Wednesday evening digging into all the shit and finding things for us to watch and show my brother, because my brother knows nothing about lol cows or anything. And what will be interesting is whether or not if my brother thinks DSP is based or not in all of his e-begging.
Like, I'm with your brother too. I mean, I know nothing about this shit too. This Nintendo video is funny to watch.
Which one? Oh, where they canceled the Switch?
Yes.
Okay. So some of the videos that I'm gonna get there, and you said Nintendo because he's got clips of how I forget what they're called, but he's playing a game and he's playing the game exactly how you're not supposed to do it. And there's this one clip of him playing the latest Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And it is so fucking bad. And like the guy is an idiot. He's just a massive idiot. And he just lets people and he just shares it with the world. I mean, we do too, but at least I know how to play Tears of the Kingdom. I can figure out the things to do. But that's for Thursday.
Yeah. You don't tell me he's an idiot. He's the one that shows his address online.
And he uses the excuse, "Oh, you guys already have it."
There's like no people watching you.
Just gonna make it easier for people to get it later. Like, I mean,
but yeah.
Cash says DSP, the treasure trove of stupidity. I would like a vote on whether the bigger lolcow is DSP or Chris Chan.
Chris Chan.
You don't know Chris Chan?
It's the name sounds familiar. I've heard the name.
Okay.
Where is he from?
I don't know where he's from.
No, like what is he?
Well, his latest claim to fame, which was a little over a year ago now, is he slept with his vegetable of a mother.
I had to ask.
You're right. You did ask.
Yes. All right. At least DSP didn't do that.
So yeah. I don't know if Shock's going to make it. Let's go over this MSNBC thing. So I've got questions. There's people saying MSNBC blurred out the mugshots on the White House lawn, right?
Yes, I saw all this. Yes.
So I've got two clips that I believe are the same exact clip. One is edited to be in a vertical TikTok type format. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one that has the blurred. We're going to watch the unblurred one, kind of pay attention to what's being said, and let's see if this is the same thing and everyone's just fucking retarded and reporting shit wrong. Or maybe they just replayed it later in the day, the same exact clip, and they edited in secondhand. I don't know. We'll watch this and see what we think. All right. So this is in the vertical.
Has put up about 100 posters of what they say are unauthorized immigrants who have been arrested for violent crimes. You can see them there. They put them up on the driveway of the White House. If you look here, that's the West Wing just at the forefront, the executive mansion itself to the left. But what's particularly noteworthy about this location is it is right directly behind the positions where TV correspondents do their hits from the White House lawn. So therefore, no matter what network you're on, that includes MSNBC, if you're doing a hit from the White House right now, those pictures will be behind you. The White House doing a
boo fucking who
cares?
Fucking cry me a river, bitch.
Like I'm supposed to feel bad.
These people are drug dealers and fucking murderers and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
And we're worried about their picture being shown. Like,
what?
You.
God.
briefing in about a half hour about what they're doing here. Maria, your response to this image.
Oh my God.
So I have to say, one of the biggest challenges that we have with the deportations that we know of so far.
Who's this broad? Yes, it's actually public record. Yes, all of this information can't be found on the internet. And yeah. But who is this woman? I've never seen this woman before.
Yeah,
she's a little scary looking.
For example, with Kilmer Abrego Garcia, we don't know if they've had due process. We don't know if, in fact, these individuals do have a rap sheet. So I would encourage.
What? These are criminals, as Brad just said. It's all public record. It's almost like Brad's seen this clip earlier.
How about
he knew it was coming?
How about do your research and find out? I mean,
Shit. Weasel says, wish the media would care that much about my privacy as a citizen.
Oh my god.
Damn good point. Fuck your privacy, Weasel. You're a furry.
Yes.
Let's start a Kickstarter for this woman to buy a comb
Okay.
or a brush. She needs something. She needs something.
I got the.
Oh, Ariel.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing well. Says she's an illegal. She's trying to cover for herself. I think that works.
Probably, yeah. What's up, Ariel?
Prove me wrong, Weasel. All right, let's.
Yeah,
keep
I got
listening to this.
I got the CNN feed too. I'll put in the private chat.
Oh, okay. On Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see it. Yeah, I'll pull that up here in a sec.
Yeah, when you're done with that one.
Those individuals that have that as a backshot to blur those people out. The job of journalism is to ensure that we are presenting the facts, that we are cross-referencing. We know that polyfact actually.
So why don't you look into the facts, bitch?
I know. Do your job
Like,
as a
do
journalist.
your fucking job. Look every single one of those up and tell me which one is not a criminal. Tell me.
Yeah. God, look at her teeth.
I think her eyes are just black.
Yeah.
Like they're just fucking black.
Actually checked the Trump administration because of an earlier picture that they released on Kilmer, recognizing that it was altered, that it was false, that they had placed gang signs, tattoos on him that weren't real.
That's a lie. That's a fucking lie.
They're like doing this whole symphony bullshit. Like we're supposed to feel bad for them.
Well, it's more defending the fucking criminals. It's more Anne Frank was a wife beater shit.
Like they care more about these fucking people than the fucking people that actually got that the illegal criminals actually did crime on. Like
comes right back to this statement here. They care more about these criminals than they care about the citizens.
Yeah. The girl who died in Georgia. What's her name? Laken Riley.
Oh, Laken Riley.
Yeah, like people like that. They care about these friggin' illegal criminals breaking laws than people like Laken Riley.
And so I would really, the press right now, we are absolutely under attack.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Fucking
How are you under
crazy.
attack?
I am so sorry for you. I feel so bad.
Jesus. Fucking victim bullshit here.
Right? Like fucking feel sorry for me.
Our job is always to have our true north.
Which you failed miserably at. The trust in the media has probably never been lower once again.
To make sure that we're presenting balanced news and making sure that we are not putting folks that are potentially in danger.
She's saying this on MSNBC, of all places, providing balanced news.
No sure.
And having that representation of those pictures in the background.
Oh my God.
We can't allow that to basically for us to carry the water of potentially innocent people. So I would encourage, I recognize live shots are tough, but I would encourage folks to actually make sure that those shots are blurred to the best of your abilities.
Censor this so no one knows what's going on.
Potentially innocent people. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Don't let the people see this, what's going on here, so they don't ask any questions. Whether these are actual criminals or not, like just don't ask questions. This is all just bullshit. Like they don't want you to think in any such manner. Just take their word for it.
Yeah, don't question anything. Ever so the guy is about to fall asleep. Yeah.
Yes, I
it's like bitch, you're boring me here. Even though he said some crazy shit too.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
at
go
the
over,
CNN thing, they kind of say the same shit basically too.
it's the importance of journalism to get the best scoop and make up random shit to sell more. Yes, that this has been our lives for like the last 15 years, I feel. She has blank eyes like a doll's eyes.
Yeah.
And when you look into them, you know she has no soul. And when they roll back, the life is truly gone. You know what? NPC. She's calling it an NPC.
Yep.
Let's start a new slogan for these women. Make the C word great again. You see, I can appreciate that idea, but the C word needs to be saved for special occasions. We can't just use these words all the time. Shit and fuck have been completely, for lack of a better term, bastardized. Like they're just used so flippantly nowadays. We need to keep cunt for those special moments.
I was just going to ask that. Can we say that word on YouTube? And you just said it.
I don't care. Because she's an illegal. I'm not saying that.
No, yeah, please don't say that.
The guy looks like, and then Brad says, how the F does this thing have anything to do with innocent people, you fucking C word? The photos are of people who are convicted of specific crimes that you could go and find this information out as a journalist. As a matter of fact, what would be great would be as if MSNBC took each one of these photos and gave us the story.
And it wouldn't take probably wouldn't take too long to figure it out too.
Could we trust them to be honest about it? No. But is there going to be, but can they do it? Can they easily bend to the truth enough the way that they like to try to get away with their bullshit? I don't think so. Especially when it comes to the fentanyl dealer sitting at the end.
Yep.
Okay, we got the cunt word pass from Ariel. I appreciate that. I like to use it sparingly because I like to have it keep.
Thanks, Ariel.
Keep its meaning and its power. Because
who's better than you, Ariel?
I like that word, and if we keep using that word, it loses its power. Unlike the fucking British. Go watch Brett Goldstein's comedy special. He's British and explains the many uses of the C word in Britain. You see, the British, that's their own thing. Okay, they have their own. I don't know what foul word is less used around there, so that keeps like its power. I know I'm not the only one who could be thinking this way. Come on.
I don't want to show the other video. It's like,
I wanted to show. So this is the one that isn't blurred. We're not gonna watch this whole thing again.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right.
But like, this is the one that isn't blurred. Tell me, is this not the same fucking clip?
Oh, there's that bitch.
White House has put up about 100 posters of what they say are unauthorized immigrants who have been arrested for violent crimes.
So notice this is the wide one, right? It's not vertical, and in the vertical one, it was panning to the side. Well, you know what? You could do that with video editing software.
Well, you know,
just like you could blur shit out with video editing software.
Because this one is actually looks like it's from the MSNBC feed. The other one you put it said it was from TikTok.
It's from TikTok. It was a TikTok post. So, like, yes. And so this is when I knew it was the same exact fucking clip.
You can see them there. They put them up on the driveway of the White House. If you look here, that's the West Wing just at the forefront, the executive mansion itself.
He specifically mentions where the West Wing and everything is. That's what I knew. This is the same damn clip. They just edited the other one. And everyone, like fucking Benny Johnson's going around like, look at what MSNBC did. Now, unless they played this exact clip at 2 different times of the day, which, let me check the timestamps of these tweets. So this one is from the White House directly. It says Chestnut Checkers, MSNBC finally reports the child rapists, murderers, fentanyl dealers, and violent illegal aliens Biden let loose to destroy our communities. Thankfully, the Trump administration is hunting them down. This was posted at 7:53 my time. Benny Johnson posted his at 9:08. So unless they showed that same exact clip within 2 hours, less than 2 hours, and with an edited version, not saying it's not doable, but I am saying that's bad TV. This was just an edited TikTok video that everyone's been reporting on.
Yeah, I could definitely, I could see that being the case.
So let me pull up the CNN one that you've got.
Because he actually mentions like they blur it. It's like a 30-second video. It's from Benny Johnson too.
I noticed that. Let me pull this up here. Benny Johnson, share. Jake Tapper, one of my favorites.
Oh, one of the best.
The Trump administration is approaching its first 100-day mark with
Which is tomorrow, by the way.
the full court press on the issue of illegal immigration, and they really don't want you to miss it. So they subtly and tastefully deck the White House North Lawn with dozens of yard signs featuring photos of people that
Notice how they didn't really blur out the crimes. Like this
Yeah,
one,
pictures.
you could tell
Yeah, yeah.
child rape. Like, fuck. Distributing cocaine. Something else with a child.
Murder.
Something of a child. Murder. This one you can't see just because it's too far away. Yeah.
that the Trump administration claims are in the country illegally, each poster saying arrested and listing the alleged offensive with which they have been charged. CNN's working to confirm the identities and if there are actual allegations against these people. Until then, we are blurring their identities. The Trump administration is approaching its first 100-day.
So yeah. So he actually mentioned, so like there's no edited video yet. They actually admitted they blurred it out.
So the CNN one is legit. The MSNBC one, I don't think so.
Yes.
Unless they did it on some other things that were in different clips or something. But I don't think so.
Not the, Ariel's saying they blurred the front ones out and not the ones in the back.
You couldn't really see the back ones. The back ones were too far away for them to be displayed.
Where are we?
Where are we sending these illegals and who's taking them? So the criminally ones, the from what I understand, the bad ones are going to El Salvador. Otherwise, they're going home.
Back where they belong.
Illegal aliens go home. It's not hard to say if someone is in this country illegally. Do you have legal papers? No. Illegal. Only tards don't understand the simple math. Yes, exactly. Are you a citizen? Do you have any sort of... No? All right. Well, later. Also, they don't even bother to try and learn English to act like they can blend in. Which, I don't know if you remember back in the day when the conversation of... We're going to talk about McDonald's again.
Yeah.
When the conversation of when you go to make your order at McDonald's and the motherfucker doesn't understand you. This was back in the 90s. That was racist back then. For the idea that the person who's taking your order doesn't speak English. That was the beginning of a lot of this bullshit.
Wait, it's racist to like say repeat, like I don't understand you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
The fuck.
Tell me someone else remembers that.
I don't remember that.
Dom's not old enough to remember that. But that was the thing back in like the mid 90s, where if you said how you were annoyed that you can't understand your drive-through person because they don't speak English, that was racism back then.
I'm sure like Cal or Duke can answer that.
So Ariel say depends on which part of the U.S. you're in. In Southern California, a lot of it is in Spanish. So I live in Arizona, which is Southern California without the fucking beach.
And you know I'm in New York. I mean, most of the
you've got more Puerto Ricans than you do Mexicans, probably. Eh?
We got Indians by us, Chinese by us, all kinds of people by us.
So was there anything else? There was... Tom Homan did a press conference with Caroline.
Well, you still have the Indian guy, but I don't know if you want to say that for shock because you sure he's not coming or.
Well, yeah. So I've got I'm being harassed. I've got
Okay.
I've got some other things besides the Epstein stuff so far. We've got the impeachment stuff. There's also Tom Homan did a press conference with what's her name, Caroline Levitt,
Karen, yeah.
and that was
the press secretary. Yeah.
yeah, and so that was about more obviously because Tom Homan was there, more illegal immigration stuff, and how they're going after the sanctuary cities. So we got some clips to watch from that.
Today we kick off 100-day week with a focus on the president's historic effort to secure our southern border. Later this afternoon, President Trump will sign an executive order on law and order and another executive order on sanctuary cities. The first EO will strengthen and unleash America's law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent citizens. The second EO is centered around protecting American communities from criminal aliens, and it will direct the Attorney General and Secretary of Homeland Security to publish a list of state and local jurisdictions that obstruct the enforcement of federal immigration laws. After these are signed, the president will have signed more than 140 executive orders already, rapidly approaching the total number signed by the Biden administration over the course of 4 years in office.
We'll talk about those numbers thing in just a sec. There's, I get it, but I don't necessarily like it, but I get it. Anyhow, they're going after the sanctuary cities. They're going to stop funding these places if they're like the amounts of waste of taxpayer dollars in these cities for like these illegal aliens getting free fucking healthcare, free food, free place to live, 5-star hotels. I mean, you know about that, don't you, Dom?
Yes, New York City.
Yeah,
in the Roosevelt Hotel.
And so like a perfect example is California, who has spent billions of dollars on just the healthcare alone of these illegal aliens, and they're going to want some help for those fires that happened a few months ago.
Yep.
And it's like, well, you need to do something about these illegal aliens if you want to get some help.
To answer, Ariel, I'm in New York.
So we've also got this clip from Tom Homan. By the way, Tom Homan sounds funny. Some people think he had dental work. I don't know if he's sucking on a Zin. At first, I thought maybe it was a stroke. Looking at his face, I don't think it's a stroke. But maybe he got some Botox. I don't know. He just sounds a little extra slurry this morning. Maybe he just had maybe his Irish coffee was a little more Irish than with coffee.
I've been at this for over 40 years. I worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. Every president ever worked for took border security seriously because you can't have national security if you don't have strong border security. We got to know who's coming in, what's coming in, where's coming in, why it's coming in, right? Even President Obama and President Clinton took some steps to secure the border because they understood national security was important. Joe Biden was the first president in the history of this nation who came into office and unsecured a border on purpose. That's just a fact. We handed the Biden administration, after President Trump's first administration, we handed the Biden administration the most secure border in my lifetime, and he unsecured it on purpose.
Not only on purpose, but immediately.
Yep.
Now, President Trump and this administration here, the success is unprecedented. We beat Trump's first administration on border success. Border numbers are historic low. Today, as I'm standing here, we are the most secure border in the history of this nation. And the numbers prove it. President Trump's policies are saving lives every day. There's been studies done that says 31% of women that make that journey through use of cartels get sexually assaulted.
That's a number.
When President Trump has illegal immigration down 96%, when 96% less people are coming, how many women aren't being sexually assaulted by the cartels? How many children aren't dying making that journey? How many women and children aren't being sex trafficked into this nation? How many known suspected terrorists aren't making it into this country? How many pounds of fentanyl isn't getting into this country to kill young Americans? How many women and children aren't sex trafficked? Under Joe Biden, sex trafficking is up 600%.
I mean,
That's a fucking number.
We had 4,000 aliens dying making that journey. We had 250,000 Americans dead from fentanyl that came across an open border. President Trump's policy saves lives every day. Even the border wall saves lives.
Go back to your point. He always sounds like that though. Like he always doesn't sound like the best. Like
He always sounds like he's got something in his mouth.
like he's not the best talker, but he he gets the
It's better than
the job
RFK,
done.
I guess.
Yes. Oh, I mean that's not saying much. I love Shock's RFK, but I mean everything he's saying. Everything he's saying. I mean, can't. I mean, he's right. Like, and then like you get the mainstream media like want to protect these animals, and hide their images and shit like that.
Just looking to see some other highlights from this. The rest of it's like questions from the media. I see you, Kel.
Oh, he's firing things up.
So let's catch up with chat here. So Static lives in Arizona. Yes, this is known. So we're now narrating the search. Rubs hands together mischievously. And you, Dom H? Okay, yep, you already answered her there.
Yeah, New York.
Ariel is going to show up on Static's door and install a pole at his front door. Please don't. There's not a whole lot of room around my front door. It's crowded.
What do you mean there's not a lot of room in your front door?
It's just a narrow walkway. Like, I don't share it with anyone, but it's just a narrow walkway, and there's like a pillar holding up the roof and then the wall, and there's just not a whole lot of space to put a pole over there. How about we stop states don't pay their fucking... Yes, exactly. One state pays 50 cents to the government, but yet get 120. Yeah, right.
State pays, yeah.
Levitt is doing her job pretty well on message, pointed responses. She's also an attractive young woman. I'm old enough to be her dad.
That's not...
Brad, you keep driving home your age. Like, no one else is talking about that but you. So
that's another point I want to make. It's much nice looking at her than the other fucking press secretary.
No shit. The last two of them. Was there more than two? It was just the two, right? It was Circle Back Bitch.
Oh yeah, it was Circle Back and the fucking the lesbo.
Yeah, what was her name? Pierre something.
Yeah. Pierre.
Some
Yeah.
dumb French.
Oh my god.
Black bitch.
Talk about a step up.
Yes, major upgrade.
Yes.
Ariel says, well, considering California's $1 trillion that they make, even with the mass exodus, they could afford it if they didn't have to pay for another state. Yes, how many men get sexually assaulted? Yeah, that is a thing. That is a thing that gets
is that like men? The decent amount of men get sexually assaulted?
Yeah.
So like other guys or women?
Yeah, other guys, yeah, and women too, depending on the fucking thing. I know somebody who was actually trying to be a model in New York at one point in time. He was a model in New York, and he left because they were constantly trying to fuck him. Dude, yeah, it was all just gay shit everywhere, and he left, and he does not do that. You
still talk to him?
No. A little too much of the tisms for my liking, if you ask me. How much hair are we sniffing under Biden? I don't know. How strong is the border guard on Canada?
It's a good.
You know what? How's that election going? Jean-Claude Van Pierre.
There you go.
Wow, listen to the racist, homophobic hate, ginger hate, and Biden for the Biden press secretaries. Yeah. It was Steve, wasn't it, Static? Steve was a model. You really think Steve was a model? Fuck no. Somehow that motherfucker is uglier than I am.
Why does Ariel spell Steve with capital ST and then the rest is lowercase?
I don't know, fat fingering. So there's the latest on all of the immigration stuff. You know what? Steve is barely in better shape than me anymore. He's had an office job for a year now, and he's getting fucked.
Right in the ass?
Right in the gut. Steve used to not be fat. Steve is now fat.
What, do you have like a six-pack?
Yes. I have better teeth, and I mean that's not real hard. My brother did a lot of drugs. That means teeth don't work out real well for you. Anyhow, I also don't look like I'm already pushing 60.
Because you're here, Ariel, that's why.
No, I was not friends with Adam Krigler. This was a former family.
Yes.
I don't know, Dom H. Why are you dominatrix horny all the time?
Because, yeah, like I said, you're here, Ariel.
At least I don't look like an overgrown baby. Professor Baby Daddy.
Static has more of a gut than me.
All right. So someone announced today that they're filing articles of impeachment for President Donald Trump.
Oh, here, my boy.
I'm going to show you the first thing that I saw in regards to this. And I sent this DM to the weekend pregame room because of all the JD Vance memes. I don't know what a real person looks like anymore. And I asked, is this real? Because I think the memes have broken my brain.
Yeah.
This is a real person. So I'm told. Let's hear why he's filing articles of impeachment.
I saw this video.
This is Congressman Shri Thanedar. Donald Trump has already done real damage to our democracy.
How am I not supposed to think this is AI? This is like too just on the nose of like the accent, everything. Like, yes, it's just Indian Jimmy Fallon. I know. But
yeah,
this
that's
person
what
is
people
real.
saying. That.
Is that not the guy from Saturday Night Live? Yeah.
Yeah.
Savage is saying that this is AI. You see, now I don't know what's real. Fuck me.
Like, where did this video come? Like
a unanimous 9-0 Supreme Court ruling, that has to be the final straw. It's time we impeach Donald J. Trump. The court said the wrongfully...
See, it's not AI because it would be doing all the weird AI artifact things. With the weird, like, shifting of the face and all that shit.
Deported Kilmer Garcia must be allowed to return and receive due process. Trump ignored it. He ignored the Constitution. He ignored the very checks and balances that keep our democracy intact. This isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a dangerous, deliberate pattern. That's why today I introduced a resolution to impeach Donald J. Trump, outlining 7 articles of impeachment.
7. He's got 7 things for the guy.
Oh yeah, he lists all of them.
Article 1, obstruction of justice and abuse of executive power, from denying due process to unlawful deportations.
Not the people that don't belong here in the first place.
Well, that's all a bunch of horseshit. That would be funny.
Yes.
Who knows?
Oh, did you hear the story about him? Like, oh, I gotta find it. Oh, you can keep going if you want.
defied court orders.
Yeah, pull it up.
Okay.
Article 2, taking away Congress's power of the purse. Trump dismantled agencies and froze funds without permission.
Which are all part of the executive fucking branch, you stupid twat. What? There's a part of me that doesn't want to listen to all of this. One, it's not all that easy to understand. Two, it's all a bunch of horse shit. What I want to know is what's his play? He knows this isn't going to get through. Why is he doing this?
Yeah.
He knows this isn't going to get through right now. Why is he filing this impeachment? Why aren't they waiting? Why isn't he waiting 2 years from now?
Where did this video come from? Like, where did it start from? Like,
so this one's from ALX, but he got it from Eric Doherty. Eric Doherty, who knows where he got it from, because he steals fucking Constitution. Look, conservative fucking influencers on X just steal all of each other's shit and fucking regurgitate all the same shit. It's the same thing for the left. Political news is fucking disgusting as far as the like weird ways that they promote themselves and put out their information.
Damn, I thought I bookmarked it. What the fuck?
This dude's 70?
Shit. He's 70?
I knew he was born in India. I think there might be a conversation about U.S. citizens serving in Congress. Natural born citizens. I don't know how many countries have rules like that.
Where did I see that?
China is making memes about the United States. Which ones are you speaking of in particular, Ariel? I knew there was ones about where they were like making fun of like, hey, you'd pay $300 for this Gucci bag that cost us fucking $8. You can get the same thing from us without the fancy sticker on it for 10. I don't know. Did they share that with people like him? Does that get to be shared? I don't know. I feel like you have to earn that hookup. The adrenochrome. They're showing American all overweight AI looking people making things. Oh yeah, and the left thinks that those are like owns. Like, can't wait for MAGA to be working at the factories, right? And it's like, you guys think so little of the fucking middle class. Like, these are real jobs. Like, people do this. Sure, the automation and whatnot might be less people involved, but you know what? People are going to have to work on those machines too, and that's just going to keep getting easier and easier.
This ain't is. I just want to share this.
They are funny because they got like the fat asses like making shoes and shit. They are funny.
This ain't it. I just want to show this because that just popped up in my thing.
What do we got here?
It's just a picture of him.
Oh yes, there was a few of these. There was another one. There was another. I don't have it here. I'll share this. But there was another one of him sitting behind the desk with all the 7-Eleven stuff and saying, "I am here to impeach Donald Trump."
I gotta find the one I'm looking for.
How you doing, Paul? We'll see you Thursday, Paul.
Paul, I heard you're an expert at DSP. You're a DSP.
Oh God! And then did you see this one? This one's terrible. This grilling shit.
I hate when you want to, like, you saw the shit you saw what you saw before. Like, I saw a lot, and also now you can't find it now. Okay, I wish I could find an actual one, but I'll just post this from
okay,
an unverified account. But this is what I saw from.
Come again.
This is what I saw from a bunch of people with him.
Okay, so this says it's so white. Share. What are we looking at here? It says impeach Sure Thandar, whatever
the guy, yeah.
So in 2010, Sri Thandar, a Michigan Democrat politician and businessman, owned a pharmaceutical testing lab, Anticlin Preclinical Services in Oxford, New Jersey, under the parent company Azopharma. When Azopharma went bankrupt in 2010, the lab was shuttered and approximately 118 beagles and 55 macaw.
I could, yeah. Say monkeys.
Yeah, monkey were left in the facility. Reports indicate that former lab workers climbed fences to provide food and water to the animals as they were initially left without proper care. Animal welfare groups, including Pets Alive in New York and in Defense of Animals in California, stepped in to rescue the animals by July 4th, 2010. Holy shit. The beagles were placed in shelters for adoption, and the monkeys were later relocated to sanctuaries across the United States.
I mean,
that was from April to July. They were having to find ways to feed these dogs and monkeys. What the fuck?
I mean, this is what I saw. I don't want to claim it's 100% factual true, but yeah, this is what I saw floating around. I mean, I would not be shocked.
I want to be honest. I was half expecting of a Vivek Ramaswamy pump and dump.
Where is that guy anyway? You don't hear about him.
He's trying to run for governor in Ohio, I think.
God, he just fell flat-footed, man. He had he was kind of making a name for himself, and he just like fucked up.
Yeah, he attacked Americans. He said Americans are lazy. We need to import more of my people.
Yeah, he was rising up there. Yeah, he kind of pulled like a Ron DeSantis.
Duke Devil says, also, the Dems are literally promoting a slave class in other nations and promoting the illegal importation of new slave class. Way to stay on brand, Dems. Yes, they want cheap fucking labor to go and do all the jobs that they don't want to do, like clean your toilets.
Yep.
And pick fruit, maybe some cotton, because we don't have things to do that now. So India guy was in charge of a pharmaceutical testing lab.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah, go figure, right, Ariel? That's not fucking on the nose, is it? I'm gonna call him Indian guy, or maybe Sri Lanka. I don't know which one is more racist. Give me a sec. I'll let you. You ask Grok. Ask Grok. They might be able to help you. Weasel has returned. Welcome back. I think you said you went on a beer run. I don't remember.
Did you get me one, Weasel?
So before we go into the main story of the evening,
what was the main? Oh, okay, yeah, I remember the main.
The main story is the Epstein stuff. But I have something weird. When did I get this? So this happened. This popped up on last Friday. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just going to let this news report play for itself.
Not have pictures of these signs because the kids are not allowed to use their phones during the day. Nikisha and her son Kingston sat down with me today. They are calling for change, saying that whites only and colored only signs in schools are unacceptable.
Did you hear that?
Yep, she said whites only and colors only signs.
Behind these
at an elementary school.
We just came back from recess, and we were going through the cafeteria.
Shocking signs of discrimination.
I went to go get water, and over the water fountain, my friends told me to look up because it was.
I like how they had the effect
like a
there.
note over the water fountain. It said colors only.
Kingston and his friends immediately told their teacher, who took the sign down, and asked who put it up.
We just got back from recess. We didn't know.
Kingston says that one sign wasn't it.
I saw another sign that said whites only.
I agree with you, Ariel. She did say so. The news reporter did say that they had the pictures because the students are allowed to use their phones during the day, which well, they're in grade school. Ugh. The whole phones in schools thing is so weird now because you can't trust the fucking teachers. I don't want the students on their phones, but also I don't trust those teachers. Get your kids out of schools, people.
Oh yeah, it's so weird hearing elementary kids have phones because
That is weird. So
I
okay,
didn't get my first phone until I got to middle school in 6th grade.
I have a stepson that I helped raise from the age of just before he turned 8. He got a phone when he was in 5th or 6th grade. I don't remember. It was whichever year he started riding his bike to school. And it was just a normal phone. No smartphone, no nothing, right?
Yeah.
Just a normal phone.
Call for
And just
emergencies.
and we didn't have a landline, right? Like, who has a landline? So we got him just a dumb phone that he
Yeah.
could text us and call
Those
us.
things.
That was it. So I mean, 5th and 6th grade, like that. I think that's fine. They don't need the smartphones or whatever. But definitely with the way teachers are and like the weird shit that we see getting recorded in these classrooms, kids might need access to their phones.
Yes. Because you don't know what some weird leftist teacher is teaching you.
Yeah. So let's see if we get to see these signs.
By the nurse's office.
So they were around the school then? It wasn't just in one place?
Yes.
How did you feel when you saw it?
I felt kind of like a little offended, and I kind of felt awkward. If I feel like we're separated by race, I don't feel like that's fair. So I'm gonna go home. I went home and told my mom, because I feel like she's gonna be able to do something about it.
It took me aback. I was like, what's going on? Immediately after getting the details from my children, I sent an email to the principal and superintendent.
Nikisha got a phone call from the superintendent to learn more information and an email from the principal thanking her for sharing the information, saying the incident would be investigated.
It's sad that in 2025 we have to encounter things of this nature.
But she still expressed her concerns to the Rockdale Board of Education last Thursday.
Do you feel like you and your son and your family deserve an apology?
Absolutely.
Now, to be clear here, the district says that this social studies lesson does not align with the district's plans and the district's lessons that it teaches here in Rockdale County. The statement that the board says...
What state is this from?
It says Georgia.
Georgia.
That makes sense, right? Yeah.
But we never saw the sign in the video.
No, they didn't have the sign. They didn't have the fucking sign.
So we can like,
even though she said that they had the sign, she had pictures of the sign. We don't have the fucking sign.
So, but you said there's proof of it somewhere, right?
Probably somewhere else in this news report that we don't have the full clip of.
Do you think this is
because it started, the beginning's cut off, so who knows? So some dumb teacher thought it would be a great idea to do a social studies lesson of putting those signs above different drinking fountains. And then some kid who's not in the class with that teacher was like, what is this? Like retarded. What were we just talking about with these teachers? You can't trust these teachers. These
yeah, I know.
Fucking idiots.
A lot of whack jobs. Now, do you think there's a possibility this actually happened? I mean, that didn't. I mean, phrase that it.
I think it is extremely possible that some stupid fucking white woman thought that they were going to help teach these kids a lesson in racism and put those signs everywhere. I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Thinking they were doing some great fucking thing. And really, they're just idiots.
Bitch should be fired. That's why, like, because my governor, Kathy Hochul, was trying to put this, put into law, like, banning cell phones from the classroom, which I can't think of me a distraction. I'm not a fan of, because like what's the big picture of why they want to do it? Because do they want to hide the fact that they don't want the shit they're teaching coming out about?
There's that, yes. So exactly, that's part of it. And that's something that Vivek Ramaswamy's been on a kick on recently. I think that's why it came up in chat, is because he wants as when he becomes governor, he's going to make it illegal for it's the same thing Hochul's trying to do, is make it illegal for kids to have phones in class.
Yeah.
There's no way around this, and unfortunately not everyone can do it, but the best is get your kids out of these fucking schools.
Yeah.
Or find better schools like I don't know how it is. Other states aren't necessarily as open as my state is when it comes to the school stuff. We've got all these charter schools everywhere, and we do have school choice here now. So you can't shop around here in Arizona. Other states, you're not as free to do so. You're stuck in your fucking little monopoly according to whatever district you happen to live in. But the best is just give the kids body worn cameras. Hey, body cameras for the kids. Okay. That's not dystopian either.
Yeah, that's I don't know if no, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, I don't think we should legalize. I don't think we should make phones in the classrooms illegal for kids. I think we need to make sure that they know when it's appropriate to use them and when it's not. But that all goes back to parenting, and that's just a conversation we aren't ready to have as a country, right?
Yep.
We need that. We need big daddy government to tell us what to do.
They sure love to.
Yes. Because we do not know what we would do if we weren't told what to do by the government.
It'd be cool.
Let me kiss a boot. Periodic ethics exams and random evaluations for the teachers. So one, they're already supposed to be having these random evaluations, at least here. There was always like quarterly evaluations for these teachers. Maybe it was once per semester or something, where the principal and some shit would come in every grade from first, or probably from fucking kindergarten through 12th grade. Here in Arizona, you have at least 2 of those evaluations. Ethics exams, those can be fucking fudged by the districts and whoever's in charge of all that shit. Maybe you're not woke enough and you lose your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, ethics is depends on how you feel about it. Right. Okay. This is I hear you, Ariel. But you can also train your kids to be fucking respectable and know, like, they can learn things.
Yes.
They can fucking learn. Like,
or learn respect. I could put that.
Well, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You're leaving me? You're going to leave me?
I got to go to bed. Yeah.
All right. I hear you.
Printer in the morning.
Dom's got to go. I do have one more topic, but we'll let Dom get out of here.
Yeah. I would love to stay. Yeah.
I know. We started late.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow. Tomorrow's your Friday. Is that correct?
Kind of, in a way. Yeah.
Kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
Let the people know where they can find you.
My Ariel. But anyway, yeah, you can find Dominic. I almost got my handle. Dominic 24. With instead of eyes, it's 1.
Just like that in the chat.
Yes. Oh, there we go. You put it in. But anyway, just what is she saying? She's a strong. Okay. Anyway, you can find me on. You can find me on Ballbusters. Just Friday. I'll be. Yes. You're crazy, Ariel.
I don't know.
I love it. All right. Anyway, so I'm looking forward this Friday. I'm gonna be hanging out with you guys on Ballbusters. Gonna making my full return. So I know I've been on 2 separate occasions, like kind of small things, but making because when I first joined you guys, I was like nervous and shit like that. That was like my.
And then you were drunk the second time.
No. That was the same stream.
Oh, okay.
I got drunk because I was nervous and shit like that, and I felt
I don't
like,
blame you.
I felt the only way I could talk is like being drunk and shit. And I've been waiting to redo that stream for a while, and Dermy finally hit me up. And that was my second stream ever. So now I get to finally do that stream right, and I know you guys all a lot better now. So it should be good. I'm looking forward to that. So I'll be with you guys on Ballbusters. And usually, and then on Saturdays with Dermy, hanging out with all you guys playing games or whatever we're doing.
This
just
Saturday. This
talking.
Saturday's different because Dermy's playing that scary game. I can't remember what it's called. Outlast.
Yes.
And I'm going to try and stream snipe him, and while we all hang out in a Discord and make fun of him.
Yeah. See, that's I don't know what you guys got. I don't know what time you guys are doing in that. I'm actually going to the Yankee game that day in the afternoon. So I hope it's like sometime later in the day.
That sounds boring, but so he's got to do a 7-hour stream. We're gonna be trying to do.
I'll catch you at some point. Yes.
And yeah, Kel. So we will still be playing games. I will have. I will be streaming us on Discord, watching Dermy playing in the background type thing while everyone's playing games and stuff. It will be Chatterday while we make fun of Dermy stream himself being scared, stupid, in the dark by himself with Gal.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
harassing
that.
him in the background.
Hope I can see a lot of that. Anyway, yeah. So and then I'll be back here on Bloodbath on Monday.
Yes. Well, thank you, Dom.
Yeah, thank you for having on. Good luck for the rest of your show.
Yep, just got one more thing to cover and we'll get out of here.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.
Weasel says, if you need technical assistance for the stream snipe, let me know. Hit me up on Discord. I don't know what you might be thinking. If you're talking clips or something, I don't know. I'm just going to stream over the top of Dermy and have his stream on my stream while everyone in Discord is talking over it and just making fun of him and shit. But if you've got ideas, let me know what you're thinking. So we got one more topic. We've got Virginia Jeffrey, whatever. I put Virginia Roberts because that's what she was in a lot of the legal documents for the longest time. Supposedly she committed suicide just over the weekend. And this was just a few weeks after she was supposedly hit by a bus on April 1st. And she said that she was having kidney renal failure and only had 4 days to live, which she made past those. She made past those 4 days till just this last weekend, where she committed suicide on her hobby farm in Australia, is what they said. Just a reminder who this is. We have a clip from an interview with who is this? NBC.
I was so young. Ghislaine woke me up in the morning and said, "You're going to meet a prince today." I didn't know at that point that I was going to be trafficked to that prince. And then that night, Prince Andrew came to her house in London, and we went out to Tramp. Prince Andrew got me alcohol. It was in the VIP section. I'm pretty sure it was vodka. Prince Andrew was like, "Let's dance together." And I was like, okay. And we leave Club Tramp, and I hop in the car with Ghislaine and Jeffrey. And Ghislaine said, "He's coming back to the house, and I want you to do for him."
No, the prince, it was a prince of England. I can't remember what his name was. It's been fucking years. He is no longer has any titles. The queen stripped him of all his titles and everything because of this. Hasn't spent 1 day in jail or anything, but yeah. She was trafficked by Epstein. She was talking about how she was hanging out with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Him, what you do for Epstein. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that even royalty were involved.
So, and this part here, this is a picture from when she was supposedly hit by the bus. Now yes, Prince Andrew. That's right, Cal. Thank you. So after the story of the bus accident came out, like the bus driver and the police said it wasn't that big of a deal. There's a lot of people who are looking at this particular photo of her laying in this bed all bruised and broken. Looked like there parts of it were photoshopped on here. There's just a lot of questions to be had. And then also, like, how come she made it several weeks after kidney failure when she only had 4 days? Like, there's a lot of questions to be had around this woman over the last month. There was when it came out that she had committed when the story came out that she had committed suicide, everyone found a tweet from like 6 years ago where she said, "I am not suicidal. If anything happens to me, please help protect my kids and my family from the people who might want to come after me." Everyone's saying, well, that was 6 years ago. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. She knew what she was doing 6 years ago. I think that still stands. And then today, let me turn on my extension here. We got word from her lawyer. No sign that Jeffrey Epstein victim Virginia Jeffrey would take her own life as her lawyer speaks out on conspiracy fears. Virginia Jeffrey was found dead on Friday night. Her lawyer remains in shock. Now, I was listening to another podcast, and this is some hearsay, so you can put your tinfoil hat on, whatever you want. So someone from Australia said the day she was found dead was a national holiday. I forget what it is, but it was some national holiday in Australia. And they live in a small part of Australia. So the state employees who can pronounce her dead, which are in Australia, only the coroners supposedly can pronounce you dead. They weren't working that day. So they wouldn't have been able to pronounce her suicide as a suicide until today. Like I said, that's all hearsay, but that's a possibility of some weird shit going on. Look, let's be real. This woman met Jeffrey Epstein. She was trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, right? She like lived with the guy. She met Prince Andrew, and there's photos of the two of them together. Like, this woman had been through some shit. And her lawyer's out saying, this is not the case. Also, keep in mind, it's really weird. You know, it's been, I'm going to say about a month and a half since phase 1 of the Epstein documents fell on its face. I've got a clip from someone who was involved in that. I think it's DC Drano. He was asking questions at some press conference today. But he was one of those people that got the binder of all the documents that had already been released that were actually more redacted than what they were before. Once again, the amazing Pam Bondi is on the job, people. So yeah, here this next bit is from DC Drano asking about more Epstein docs being released.
My question is about the Epstein files. And a couple months ago, the DOJ released what they called phase 1 of the Epstein files.
That he was one of the people that received one of those binders and was smiling about it and shit.
And they announced that a lot of those files, the remaining files, probably the bulk of the files, were actually in the New York field office. They requested that they be returned the day after. And some legacy media reports show that not only were those files returned to the DOJ, but that hundreds of FBI agents are going through them day after day and getting them ready for public release. Do you have any updates from the DOJ or the FBI on when those files are expected to be released, and also when we might start seeing some arrests of the client list?
Sure. I can assure you that the Attorney General and her team at the Department of Justice are working on this diligently. For a specific timeline, I'd have to check in with them.
We don't know. When are we going to release more? I don't know. But the DOJ is working on it. I'm not mad at her. I just think Pam Bondi's full of shit. And then we also have, so I got one more clip. This is, I didn't know Lindell TV was a thing. But this is, I bring this clip because they actually have a video that was recorded from another Epstein survivor and her coming out and saying what she has to say, which we'll talk about that. You just missed Dom. Dom's in the chat. He's getting ready for bed. It's his bedtime. He's got things to do. Shock is stuck in traffic, as far as I know. So we got this one last clip here, which is a little bit longer.
Lastly, let us not forget the disaster that was the Epstein.
So see, there's that DC Drano guy I was telling you. He's the guy who asked the question about when are we going to get more of these. This whole thing was disgusting. Why is Scott Pressler here for this? Scott Pressler does not do the news. Why the fuck is he here for this? Lives on TikTok, doesn't do anything. Like, Cernovich has been on this Epstein shit forever. I get that. But all the rest of these twats, this was such a bad look.
Epstein file non-release, as you're going to hear from Liz Crokin on my show tonight. This is one of the Trump.
Liz Crokin is a big on the Pizzagate and all this Epstein stuff. She's been in on this for a while.
Administration's biggest mistakes. And while that might not seem like a big deal, the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was likely running his human trafficking ring on behalf of a foreign intelligence service means that the longer the truth goes unrevealed, the greater the damage to U.S. national security.
My name is Julia.
So this is another survivor of Jeffrey Epstein, and she's going to go through a little bit of her backstory and such.
Bryant, and I live in Cape Town, South Africa. I was kidnapped by Jeffrey Epstein 20 years ago. I am not suicidal, and I never ever will be. I also do not do any drugs. I met Epstein when he was in Africa with Bill Clinton.
Chris Tucker was there too. Just saying.
We all know about the Clinton body count. Another concerning fact is that one of the main women, a very brave angel, Carolyn, who testified against Ghislaine Maxwell, was found dead 6 months ago. It wasn't in the media until a few days ago. The only reason it was put in the media was because of a very, very brave Epstein victim. She doesn't want to be named. But they're
afraid of their lives. They're afraid for their lives.
Other Epstein victims who've also died suspiciously.
That was Jeffrey Epstein accuser Julia Bryant letting the world know she is not suicidal. Again, she is not.
Ariel's asking what the hell is she reading. She's probably put a script together so that she got everything out that she wanted to say. That would be my guess.
Suicidal. And Bryant isn't the only one. Many other Epstein accusers are coming forward to make similar declarations in the wake of the supposed suicide of Virginia Jeffrey. One of the most prominent accusers of Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Prince Andrew. This all comes a few weeks after Virginia Jeffrey barely survived getting run over by a bus, allegedly, in what many speculate was a botched hit on the Epstein accuser. I'm joined now by independent investigative reporter Liz Crokin to walk us through what is going on and what might have happened to Virginia Jeffrey. You just joined us a few weeks ago when we were talking about, the news surfacing that.
I just noticed Liz Cronkin's hat.
She'd
That's some Q-tart shit on her head.
Actually been hit by a bus. We talked about it. We didn't really know what was going on then. And now this, Liz, as someone who knows Virginia's story so well, what did you think immediately when you heard the news that she's deceased?
Well, I think everyone's reaction was the same, and no one believes that she committed suicide. And she actually posted in a tweet, I believe in 2019, that she wasn't.
One's in the chats if you think Virginia Roberts committed suicide. Two's if you think she was murdered.
Suicidal. And in that tweet, she also wrote that she wants people, if anything happens to her, she does not want people to give up on this fight. And she wants people to know that she wasn't suicidal. And so, in my opinion.
See, here's the tweet that I was talking about earlier. I'm making it publicly known that in no way, shape, or form am I suicidal. I have made this known to my therapist and GP. If something happens to me in the sake of my family, do not let this go away and help me protect them. And then
There's only two options here. Either she got murdered or she's in some kind of witness protection, which, the optimist in me wants to believe that there are still good guys out there that are going to be looking out for these survivors and whistleblowers and journalists like us. But of course, I do not know that for sure. And I do want to add that out of all of the survivors from Jeffrey Epstein's ring, it's my strong opinion, and the facts back this up, that Virginia Giuffre did more than any other survivor to expose not just Jeffrey Epstein.
She's most easily the most popular one. If you've been following the stuff at all, like Virginia Giuffre is the most popular name out of all of this. The only other female name that I know is not even like a real name.
Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. She is also actually named
alias.
Several people that were in Jeffrey Epstein's ring as co-conspirators or clients. And as most people know, one of those men was Prince Andrew, who, by the way, she settled a lawsuit with him. Okay, so, there's been a lot of people that have claimed that she's not telling the truth, or they've accused her of being a liar. But let me tell you something. You don't give money to someone that's a liar. You do not give money to someone that is not telling the truth. And she has named other people as well, whether that's been in interviews or through her depositions that she's given, through multiple court cases that she's been involved in. She has also named Tom Pritzker, who is the chairman of the Hyatt Hotel Corporation. He is also the cousin for Illinois.
I was going to say, he's related to the fucking Illinois governor,
that fat slob, J.B. Pritzker, who...
I might watch more Lindell TV. If you can just call J.B. Pritzker a fat slob, this is worth watching.
By the way, has now been calling for there to be violence against conservatives and people in the MAGA movement. So it seems that, the Pritzker family now seems to feel a little bit emboldened here now that Virginia Giuffre has allegedly, committed suicide. And there has been other people in that ring that she has named. So she would be one of the most important people that has information that's blown the whistle on a lot of these co-conspirators and clients. So if she's not safe, then no one's safe.
You make some really interesting points.
You weren't listening to what the fuck she just said. I had an interesting thought though while she was talking. This has been going on for so long. Does it all come out when the Clintons are gone? Is that all we're waiting for? Because that would just shake America to the core, that their president was doing terrible things to who know who on a mysterious island. That would be unfortunate. Bill Clinton's old as fuck. Him spending the rest of his days behind bars means nothing to me. The guy's already in. Bill Clinton is already in jail. He's married to fucking Hillary. Ariel asked Bill Clinton or Hillary. I think both of them, because I think Hillary's just as involved as the other one. If you don't like the Anthony Weiner laptop, Ariel, I don't know if you know anything about that. Anthony Weiner was a congressman. He was married to Huma Abedin, who was Hillary Clinton's right-hand woman. There was some nasty things on Scott Weiner's laptop that the New York Police Department had with Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin. The phrase, YouTube doesn't like me saying this, but fuck it. The term is frazzle drip. Is what the video of what was happening. You can look at that. You can look that up if you want to. It is fucked. It is absolutely fucked. yeah, good luck with that one. So you know what? Chelsea knows things, right? There's Chelsea as well. And you know what? I saw some weird stuff, but I couldn't find any connections of where they found out that USAID paid for. No, it was the Clinton Foundation. It was discovered that the Clinton Foundation used USAID funds to pay for Chelsea's wedding and her mansion. I couldn't find any, someone was making claims, and I couldn't find any corroborating evidence on that. So if anyone knows anything about that, send it my way. That would be interesting, because fuck the Clintons. I think they're dirty scum, and I think they've destroyed parts of this country and lots of others. It's worse, Cloud. Ask Adam. Ask Adam about Frazzle Drip. As a matter of fact, Ariel, never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. Otherwise, that's all I got. Thank you, everyone, for being here. This Thursday, we're doing May Burst. So join us for that. And then if I have the time, I'll be stream sniping Dermy's pathetic ass while he plays scary video games. Do I got anything else going on? I don't know. Just hang out. Thank you everyone for being here. Ariel, Kel, Weasel, Cloud, Savage. Duke Devil was up in here. There was others that I can't think of. My voice is going out because it's Monday, and it always goes out on Mondays. Thank you all for being here. Until next time, have a good one.